Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is March the 20th, 2019, and you're watching my video on the sweet spots that prevailed in Alameda and elsewhere a few weeks ago. Sweet spots can be very enlightening in that they tell us the price band in which the transactions are most concentrated at any given point in time. So clearly, sweet spots can vary from time to time, as well as from town to town, and most definitely even from neighborhood to neighborhood. We'll also be covering the supply and demand that prevailed a few weeks ago in Alameda and elsewhere along a couple of quantifiable attributes such as the number of bedrooms as well as the square footage. Now, in both cases, we'll be using data that the MLS has provided. My name is Ramesh, and I'm the broker of record here at Panavista Realty. And I'll be posting my contact information at the end of this presentation, so feel free to reach out to me if I can be of any help to you. And as we go along, be mindful on the right-hand side, you'll also see the select criteria and the color legends, and I'll flag that when we get started. But more importantly, bear in mind that the MLS data that we've used here has not been scrubbed and will not be scrubbed, so I want you to underscore that. And also bear in mind that the data is always in a state of flux as new listings are added, others go pending, some get withdrawn, sometimes escrows collapse, prices change, etc., etc. So consequently, it wouldn't be surprising that the prices change, so do the sweet spots. Nevertheless, the idea of this video is to give you some flavor of the signals that the market was sending us a few weeks ago. And if you're interested in more recent market signals, as well as more recent sweet spots, feel free to reach out to me. That said, off to the charts we go. Here we go, folks. As a backdrop, let's get started by looking at the new listings that have come on the Alameda market since the start of the year. So here we go. We've got since January 1, 2019 in Alameda. And we're only looking at detached single-family dwellings. The x-axis over here designates the last listing prices of the new listings that have come on the market since the January 1, and here we have on the y-axis the number of new listings. So you'll notice that we've had a total of 62 listings in Alameda since the start of the year. And the one thing you can take away from here is that amongst the sellers, the $800,000 to $900,000 price band, as well as the $900,000 to $1 million price band, appears to be the most popular. So now let's move on to the next slide. And in this next slide here, you'll notice that what I've done is taken those same 62 new listings that we had since the beginning of 2019 in Alameda, detached single-family dwellings, and what I've done here is I've split them up into the various bedroom sizes. This is 2 bedrooms, this is 3 bedrooms, and then the 4. This is when I use 4/plus, what I'm referring to is the 4-bedroom houses as well as more than 4 bedrooms. So it's 4 and 4+. And you'll notice that there were 27 new listings in the 3-bedroom segment, which is a little bit less than half of the new listings, the 62. So that's important to know that 3-bedroom listings in each of these price brackets have hit the market since January 1, 2019. So with that backdrop, let's now look at the inventory of homes that prevailed in the Alameda market on March 7, 2019. So here we have Alameda, all bedroom sizes, and the color legend, and we are looking at only detached single-family homes. And you'll notice that 6 of the 20 homes that were on the market on March 7th were in this price range, $900,000 to $1 million, suggesting that this price range was very popular with the sellers. So now moving on to the demand side of the equation. So here we have the price distribution of the pending listings, and we're looking at listings that have gone pending since the start of the year. Once again, all bedroom sizes and detached single-family homes. And you'll notice that with the buyers, we've got about 12 in each of these price brackets. It's just so we've got twin sweet spots in Alameda in the 800 to 900,000 price range, as well as the 900 to $1 million price range. You've got 24 of the 46. That's a tiny, that's a hair over 50%. And now when we go over to the sold category, which is the houses that have closed, the homes that have closed escrow since the beginning of, here we go, since the beginning of the year. Now here we're looking at the closing dates. Now keep in mind, there's about a 30 to 35 day lag, maybe sometimes a 40-day lag, but on average it's about 35 days, I would guess, between the time that a property goes pending to the time it closes escrow. So here we've had 35 transactions close escrow, and clearly of the 35 transactions that have closed escrow, 7, which is the sweet spot over here, has been 1 to 1.1 million in this price range. Now what is interesting here is that we could look at, let's say, the 4 bedrooms, and we'll see that the 4 bedroom, let's clear this out. Yeah, the 4 and 4 plus bedroom homes had a selling price in this price bracket of 1.3 to 1.4 million, indicating that this was the sweet spot for the 4 bedrooms. Now if we look at the 3 bedroom homes, you'll see this is the distribution we have here. Let's clear this out. Here we go. And then with the 2 bedrooms, this is what the distribution looks like over here. What is interesting here with the 2 bedrooms is that it's pretty evenly spread across 4 different price brackets. And if you were curious about which 2 properties went in the price range of 1 to 1.1 million, you'll notice that there was one on Madison and another one on High Street. And also, if we were to see which ones went in the $700,000 to $800,000 price range, the one on Webb, 2531 Webb, and 1824 St. Charles went in the price range of $700,000 to $800,000. And next we'll see the 20 properties that we had in the inventory. We're going to see how they're spread across the number of bedrooms. So here we have the 2 bedroom homes, 3 bedroom homes, and the 4 and 4 plus bedroom homes across the that were on the market on March 7, 2019. But what I want you to note here is that half of the inventory that was on the market on March 7th was 3 bedroom homes, and 4 and 4 plus bedroom homes came in next at 7 out of the 20. And now, if you recall, we had 46 properties that went into escrow since the beginning of the year, since January 1, 2019. And you'll notice that more than a third of the ones that went into escrow were 3 bedroom homes. And now, if you recall, let's clear this one out. If you recall, we had 35 properties that closed escrow since the beginning of the year, and 13 of those, the largest percentage of the 35 were the 4 bedroom homes that closed escrow. And now if we look at the same 20 properties, let's clear this one out again. If we look at the same 20 properties that were on the market, and we see what size properties these are on the market, you'll note, or were, you'll notice that 4 of the properties out of the 20, that's about 20% of them, were in the 1,600 to 1,800 square foot range. And likewise, if you look at the pending escrow, pending listings right now that we have, you'll notice that the bulk of them, let's get this one out of here, the bulk of them are in the 2,200, oops, here we go, The bulk of them are in the 2,200 to 2,400 square foot range. Then if the next largest number of transactions were in this 1,000 to 1,200 square foot range. And finally, when we look at the closed escrows, that the transactions that have closed escrow since the start of the year, which is right here, that was 35 transactions. You'll notice 8 of them were in the 2,200 to 2,400 square foot range, and then another 7 of them were in the 1,000 to 1,200 square foot range. And while we're at it, let's also look at some sweet spots across the East Bay. Let's look at Berkeley, for example. There we go. So Berkeley, you'll notice we've got twin sweet spots, one in the 900 to 1 million range and another one in the 1.4 to 1.5 million range, which again, these are closed deals as of for the period from January 1, from the start of the year, to March 7th, 2019. And next, if we look at, let's say, Castro Valley, there you go. The Castro Valley, you'll see that you've got the sweet spot at 800 to 900K. And then if we look at, there we go. If we look at Danville, then Danville we have 1.2 to 1.3 million. And next, if we look at Dublin, Dublin is interesting. It's got 800 to 900,000. And then if you look at, let's see what else. If you look at Hayward, there's Hayward, you're looking at about 600 to 700,000. And then if you look at San Leandro, oops, sorry, that's San Lorenzo. Here's San Leandro. San Leandro, you're looking at 600 to 700,000. And then if you look at San Lorenzo, here also, once again, here you have 600 to 700,000. And there you go. And if we look at Newark, you've got 800 to 900,000. And let's just spend a moment and summarize the sweet spots in Alameda. So the long and short of this is that sellers favored 900,000 to $1 million asking price in that bracket with respect to the available inventory on that date, half of which were 3-bedroom homes, and a fifth of them homes that were on the market were in the 1,600 to 1,800 square foot range. And buyers, on the other hand, equally favored the asking price brackets of 800 to 900,000 and 900,000 to $1 million between the period during the period in January 1 through March 7th. And clearly 3-bedroom homes were the favorite, with 4 and 4+ homes close second. 2,200 to 2,400 square foot homes were most desired, and the sweet spot of closed escrows between January 1, 2019 and March 7, 2019 was 1 million to 1.1 million, with 4-bedroom homes in the lead, followed by 3-bedroom homes, and here again 2,200 to 2,400 homes were the most popular. Next time I'll cover the relationship between the last listing prices and the final selling prices at the macro level, which I think you'll find very enlightening. That said, I currently have Joan and Charlie, who are looking to buy a single-family home here in Alameda. It could be a detached home or duet or townhouse, all of the above will work. 2 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms, that would work. However, it has to be a single-level home, although a few steps up to the front porch would also work. They own a house in Los Gatos, and it's currently on the market, and they're negotiating with a prospective buyer at this time, and they'll be coming out with all cash, so the escrow here in Alameda should be a very quick close. So if you or someone you know has a property that fits the need, I'd love to hear from you, and we can discuss it further. And lastly, I still have my 4 units on Stanton Avenue in Castro Valley, the ones that do need some tender loving care, although I do have a couple of buyers who are seriously considering it at this time. So if you know of someone who would like to do a 1031 exchange, perhaps, from a rental of a single-family home or duplex or triplex, feel free to reach out to me. And in the meantime, I look forward to hearing from you if you'd like an estimate on your property. And thank you for watching this video. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.